Hey guys, welcome back to Tromso. Sorry, I'm just going to clean the lens. That's better. I've got Gaia. We'll flip the camera around. This is Gaia. She features in my latest video on my channel. Yes, she wants tummy scratch. Hey. And this is Keone. Two super cute dogs, and both quite young. They're just a year and a half old, I think they are, both of them. And I'm just going to show you outside, because in the last few days we just had so much snow, and especially last night. So we'll open up the window a little bit and you can see outside. And then over here you can see some dogs. And those dogs are actually meant to be in their kennels, except the kennels are completely buried in snow. So last night we had to put the dogs into some trailers that are used for moving the dogs around, and they're able to sleep in there quite happily. And then today they've all been put outside so that they can eat and that sort of thing and sit in the snow for the day, and then we'll probably have to put them back into the kennels, into the trailer, tonight. I'm not actually working today, but I am working tomorrow, and I'm guessing, and for the next 3 days, I'm guessing that I will probably spend the next 3 days digging. So we've been digging for weeks, it feels like, because it's been snowing a lot here, and basically every couple of days. It rained a little bit, which meant that the snow level goes down, and then now it's snowed, and the snow level's gone up about half a metre or more over the last while. So we're living in quarantine here. It's kind of a strange situation. No one's sick here, so we're not in quarantine because of sickness, but our bosses asked us to not go out unless it's essential. We can go skiing or something, but just not go to the supermarket or shops, anywhere there's people, unless it's essential. And then we're not having any other people come into Vilmark Centre anymore, because they have the potential to bring in the virus. And her brother got really sick and was in intensive care from the virus here in Tromso. We weren't exposed to it here, but it goes to show that it is pretty serious. And so we're taking these measures because we live in pretty close quarters here. So there's 11 or 12 of us living on site, and if one of us gets it, it is impossible to stop the rest of us getting it, because we share a kitchen, we share bathrooms, and there's not really many other options. And if we get sick, then who looks after the 300 dogs? So it's quite important for us to just stay isolated, and we can live in our own little bubble here, and it kind of sucks. We can't have visitors, we can't go visit other people, which sucks a lot. But hey, at least we're not having to deal with the virus at this stage, and hopefully it stays that way. We'll just see. If you guys got any questions, please throw them back at me and I'll see if I can answer. So we're living in kind of quarantine lockdown here. Norway's not super locked up yet. Still a few shops open, but all people doing things. And it's quite funny because all of this social distancing, it gives Norwegians an excuse to be just naturally how they are, because Norwegians are quite a little bit cold people, like between each other. They're not like Southern Europeans, and so this gives them the perfect opportunity to not need to go any closer than 2 meters to someone else, and they don't need to talk to anyone else. So I think the Norwegians are probably loving this, isolation and that sort of thing. And we're still able to go into the wilderness. We can go on short hikes, short ski touring trips, as long as we're not exposing ourselves to too much risk in avalanche terrain. We can still go dog sledding, because dogs need to run, otherwise they go crazy here. And that's good because it means that we can get out and about and do things. Whereas if you I feel for people right now who are stuck in a city in an apartment. I know you guys, lots of you will be watching this, and I feel for you. You must be going crazy. I would definitely go crazy. And I know in China, some of my friends there, they had 2 months of that. So they're starting to come out of it now. And some people are going back to work probably early next month, which in April, which is really exciting for them. They've managed to get rid of the virus, from what I can gather, through most of China, through all of China, and now they're trying to keep the virus out. And then everyone else in the rest of the world is still just trying to stop the virus in the first place. New Zealand seems to be doing okay. We'll see as to whether they can eradicate the virus completely or not. If they can keep the borders closed, and then just wait for the virus to run its course, and then maybe one day there'll be a vaccine or something, and then they can, because otherwise, yeah, if they open up too early, then they're going to get the virus to come back again from other countries. So it gets pretty difficult, and who knows where the world's going. I see the US is going to have the biggest problems. Europe has been smashed by it. I think potentially US is going to get this the worst of any country, just because they are so slow to respond. Like, I think it's unbelievable. China managed to stop this virus. They had 0 days warning, because this is where the virus came from. They had 0 days warning of this problem, and they managed to stop it in 2 months. Europe, they had 6 weeks warning of this. If they'd looked at China and saw what happened in China, and in some ways Singapore and Taiwan and Korea, they would have known what was happening. Europe didn't. They just continued life as normal until the virus was well and truly gone crazy in most of the countries, especially like Italy and France and Spain. And then the US has had 2 months warning of this happening, and yet they still didn't prepare for it or anything. And these countries are going to be affected probably way more than China has been affected. I think in the long run, it's probably going to happen that way. We'll see. We'll see what happens with the world. Yeah. Okay. What else to talk about today? I'll try and do these live videos every few days, just to keep you guys updated with what I'm up to. Yeah, we have 300 dogs who are all going crazy because they came off a really busy season here. We had probably our busiest 2 days just within 1 week of lockdown. So the dogs were running really hard and working hard, and then suddenly it just went to 0 one day. And then so we've been trying to keep the dogs running a little bit. Every now and then we can take them sledding, but with 300 dogs, they don't all get to run very often. So they're going a little bit crazy. Usually the season would slow down slowly, if that makes sense. So that way the dogs wouldn't suddenly just be left with a whole bunch of energy and not much that they can do to expel that energy. But it's fun. I've never really been a dog person before coming here. It's funny, interesting that I chose to come work here. But I didn't just come here for dogs. I wanted to come to Norway to work in a dark winter and experience the Northern Lights and all that sort of thing, work in Europe. And so coming here was really good for that, and it just happened that I was working with dogs. And now, yeah, I love dogs. Dogs are cool. I can't fall in love with a dog too much, because otherwise I would end up adopting one, which I can't, because my lifestyle just doesn't allow for that. And a lot of people I see do come here and adopt dogs, which is pretty cool. It's a very good place to adopt a dog from. If anyone wants to adopt a dog, get in contact with Vilmark Centre. And we have quite a lot of dogs who are looking for a nice home to go to and retire. And cool, I'll keep it that short today. Not too many people online, so maybe it's difficult to know what time of the day to do these talks. Oh, someone's just messaged me, good morning. I wonder what part of the world you're in, CB. Yeah, it's hard to know what time to do these live videos, because everywhere, all of my subscribers are basically New Zealand, Asia, Europe, and North America. So I cover all the time zones in the world, and it's a little bit hard to know where to cater to the most. I usually try to publish my videos at 3:30 p.m. New Zealand time on a Saturday. And I did a little bit of research and I found that that's when I get the most views. But that's a rough guideline. I'm not sure how it actually works. Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. Hope you are all doing well in the lockdown, wherever you may be. Flick me a message down in the comments below. I would love to know where you are, and please tell me your lockdown story. And maybe I'll do a little video about that another day. If you guys comment below this video of your lockdown stories, then we can have a little share about everyone's lockdown stories, because I imagine there's a lot of stories out there. And what are you guys doing to keep yourself sane? Are you learning a language? Are you studying? I know some people are going back to study. Some people are just probably playing computer games. Some people will be doing nothing. Yeah, what are you doing? Let me know. Leave us a comment. Awesome. See you guys. Bye.